Tracey here knows a little about kids and fitness, runs a company called Kidz Are Fit. What do you do?
We deliver different packages into schools, nurseries, communities, and we also work with children's centres. We deliver things like PE lessons, we do cheerleading clubs, we do fitness camps for preschool children. We do a hula hooping package at the moment, and all of this is based and focused around building confidence and respect through fitness, allowing the children to experience a variety of different activities, but the emphasis always on fun, and trying to find something that they enjoy doing.
All right, now because I have thumb screws, I need you to tell me this. When did you realise there was a business opportunity, you know, working with kids specifically? Because whatever happened to the physical education department that I hated so much?
That's still there, and that's part of what we do. We go into schools and try and do that bit for the in primary schools particularly.
Don't they have one in primary schools?
No. They have a PE coordinator, but that's just an extra role for one of the teachers within the school. But it isn't necessarily a PE department where once you get to secondary school you have that PE department.
Did you realise one day primary school kids don't have the benefit of secondary school and therefore you'd...
Yes, a little bit of both, but I mean, I've been in the fitness industry for about 17 years now. And
how old are you?
I was 5 when I started.
You were?
Yeah.
Girl, you're young. Don't tell me, it's all about keeping fit.
It is, yes. Yes.
Go on.
And initially when I started working with unfit and overweight adults. And from there, talking to the adults, they were mainly women, they were put off exercise from school. And if they're being put off from, and they were then saying to me, I haven't done anything since I was at school. So if that was what was happening then, it was just obviously going to carry on because they were then the parents of the children coming through.
Why do kids need trainers these days? I mean, we never used to have, you know, to be made to exercise when I was smaller, I suppose.
I personally don't think they need trainers.
No.
Society's changed. You know, now parents are scared, for want of a better word, to let their children play out, run, have a little bit of freedom.
I look at my nephews, and they're fine. They're thin, all right. So one of them was a bit chubby for a while. That was teenage fat or whatever you call it. But, you know, put a lock on the fridge.
Well, yes, there's all of that as well. You know, when we were younger, there wasn't as much fast food. There was not as much choice. Children are driven to school, they sit in front of computers. There's a little bit of that blame society there as well. We know we've had loads of snow, but they're being told they can't play in it in school. Yeah. You know.
Okay.
So
the kind of kids you work with. I mean, any really overweight ones?
I've got a few. Yeah, I've got a few.
And is that a genetic thing for them, or is it a laziness thing, or what is it?
Genetic. I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
No.
But lazy, perhaps. I think it's a combination of things.
Because I think sometimes I think you're just big boned.
Do you? Well,
I do.
Yes, you stick with that.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm sticking with. Oh, she's sarcastic, isn't she? So what do you do with them? Because I noticed you brought hula hoops in.
Yes, well, we do all sorts of different programmes. The hula hooping is the big one at the moment. Because that is something that all children, once they master it, there's lots of different things they can do with that, and they will try, and they don't have to be part of a team to do that. No. And they will find something that they excel at with that, whether it's a trick with the arm, whether it's races, we'll make them run with them, walk with them. Okay. But we do anything from gymnastics, dance, we do after-school clubs, so children have got the opportunity for that as well. Okay.
I'll try it during the song. I think I'll try a bit more. Right.
Hula hooping, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, coming next, should our chubby children be made to exercise with a personal trainer like the pilot scheme taking place in Scotland? If you've got any thoughts on this, you are welcome to let us know. BBC and then your message to 81333. How can the NHS tackle the problem of fat children? Lock the fridge. BBC, that's not the right attitude. I'm terribly sorry. No. What, she's despairing already. End of interview. BBC and then your message to 81333. BBC Newcastle, radio for the North East. We're talking kids' fitness because there's a lot of fat kids in Scotland who are being given personal trainers. Tracey, it's true! Stop eating, child! So here I am hula hooping.
Yes, well done, that's excellent. Except the chair's on the way.
Yeah, well, but you said kids could do that round their necks.
Yes, round the neck.
The North East people you've worked with.
Yes, round the neck. Yeah, round the arms.
With that bigger hoop?
The children's is slightly smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, it was announced that in one area of Scotland, Lothian in fact, children are getting so overweight, the NHS has decided to fund personal trainers for the ones with the biggest weight issues. Each trainer is going to take 6 youngsters at a time, put them through their paces along with their parents. Tracey here runs a North East company called Kidz, with a Z, are fit. Can you see a scheme like this one that's been proposed in Lothian, you know, assigning overweight kids their own personal trainers working in the North East?
Personally, I feel that the personal trainer route's not the right way to go. I think that a programme where the children are given lots of different things to try, so they find something they enjoy doing, so that it doesn't just last 8 weeks, because now they enjoy it, they will carry on, and you get some type of result. I mean, before we started, you said somebody making me run would just put me off exercise for life. So that's what you don't want to happen. You need to find something they
I've never
enjoy.
been. I mean, my family, I mean, my sister goes to the gym, but I mean, my family have never been into all that. We just haven't. Mum and Dad dance. She can't dance as much now because she's got problems, you know, artery problems in her leg. But we're not that kind of family. Never have been. We've done all right. Please God. But are the children you meet in the North East enthusiastic about exercise? Does it depend on how you're brought up, maybe?
Probably a bit of both. A bit of both, yeah. I think, again, children need an example set. So if their parents maybe exercise, they'll follow that example. It depends on the age, how enthusiastic they are. From about 2 to 7. Very enthusiastic. They want to do everything and they love it. From 7 to 11, that's when image issues, their bodies are changing a little bit and they've got a bit of peer pressure, and then massive decline from about 11.
Get them hopscotching. I used to hopscotch. I was quite good at that.
Yeah, well, that's
good, because that's jumping.
Jumping, yeah.
Okay,
good for the bones.
Difference between working with kids and adults?
Adults come along, if I say stand up, find a space, go this way, go that way, they will. Children don't necessarily do that. Especially the younger ones, if they say, I don't want to do this today, then they just sit down and they don't do it. But they are always, once you do capture them and they find something they enjoy doing, you do get lots of satisfaction from it. You
have been in exercise for quite a long time.
Yeah.
You're the devil to me.
Thank you.
Let's say there's a parent or a grandparent listening who has a fat child, or, I mean, it sounds wrong to say.
Say overweight, don't say fat, because they'll get called that at school.
Yeah, okay. But let's say you've got a fat kid or a fat grandchild.
Okay.
Or overweight.
Yeah.
Right. And they're not keen on exercising. Okay. What can you say to that parent or grandparent? And you're right about the fat thing, because of course that will lead to even more body issues. But what do you say to parents? How can you get them to get their child or their grandchild to embrace it? Because saying you'll die by the age of 30, which is what my mother would do, not good. Not really, no. First thing, just what we've just said, find something that they enjoy doing. Try all different things. Don't put them in a box. All boys don't want to play football, and not all girls want to dance. Find something that they will enjoy, so that they can continue. Be consistent. You know, they can't do it. If it's something where they have to go to a club, they can't do it without their parent or their grandparent taking them along. So, you know, praise them, encourage them, and keep it consistent. And what we've just said as well, join in, lead by example. Kids will copy. So if you enjoy doing some exercise, hopefully they will. Strangely, I never copied my father painting the shed. I think my mother wanted me to. I'd have been handier, but there we go. Tracey, thank you. Give me your website, because you must have one, I'm sure. I do, yes. If anybody would like to contact me, parents, teachers, children's centre managers, I'm always happy to provide information, and our website is www.kidsrfit, which is KIDZ, RFIT.co.uk.